This is my cat Angie, who actually passed away a couple of years ago. I made this sketch when she was alive, but then during the quarantine, I worked some more on it. Originally, it was just a kind of provisional sketch, and I really added color and more design. Angie was a very sweet cat. Obviously, it's not completely a realistic picture of her. It's really expressing my feelings about her as much as it is about her. And she was a major, major figure in my life. It was pen and ink originally, and then I added paint pen. I do like texture. I do like texture. I like the sense of touch in my work.
I'm Anya Nin. I work mainly with Swarovski crystals and pixie that we actually use for nail art. This piece is actually a plain floral pattern, ivory cream colored base. I decorated it with Swarovski pixie, red color pixie mixed with gold freckles for the flowers. For the leaves, I used the Swarovski green pixie mixed with a little bit of fairy dust for the leaves. My goal is to take any one-of-a-kind piece and use the crystals or pixie and bring out the beauty or add color and sparkle to it.
I'm a nature and wildlife photographer here in Australia. Through all my work, I share and express my appreciation for the beauty of nature. I just love these birds. They are endemic to Australia. They're called tawny frogmouths. While they look a bit like owls, they actually aren't. They're closely related to the nightjars. As you can see, they are champions of camouflage. They're very good at blending in with tree branches. They actually have this technique where they stick their head right up in the air, and from a distance, they just look like a broken branch. Pretty obvious when you look at the image. You can see the parental love of the father tawny for his chick. Indeed, with these birds, it's the father who does most of the work looking after his chick. In this photo, the chick was almost ready to fledge, and it's as if you can see that the dad is really aware that his little one is growing up, and he's just really treasuring and enjoying the company while it lasts. It's love all around, love from father bird for his chick, and my love for the birds and Australian nature.
I started taking pictures of dolls. So these two figures are two of my dolls. The male figure is from Lord of the Rings, and the female figure is a Disney princess. I dressed in more of a historical Barbie costume. I was trying very hard to create this medieval scene. And then I used Photoshop to put them against some trees behind my building at work in central New Jersey. It seemed to me a very distant forest, maybe in, Russia or like Northern Europe. It didn't look like just central New Jersey. I like a lot of 19th century paintings, like pre-Raphaelite paintings that have kind of like a medieval feel, stories, romantic themes. So I thought I would create this with the dolls. And I also played with the lighting and the temperature in Photoshop to kind of give it that cool, like frosty, wintry feeling, to make it all kind of fit together as a whole.
It's sort of a portrait too, but it's not with a face. This is part of a large series, maybe as many as 25 paintings in different scales. They're all paintings that I did based on myself and my wife. They're deliberately fragmented, and they're much larger than life size. So this is pastel, but it's done on linen. And I prepared all the canvases with a texture that was using marble meal, which is ground up marble. So they look very much like frescoes. And I studied fresco painting in Italy. This one I did in pastel, so it has a different quality than all the other paintings. The whole series was about intimacy and love. So I had a Polaroid camera that I would put on a timer. When we do these sessions, we get undressed, we would embrace in front of the camera, and the camera would go off. I took 50 different pictures, and then I would crop in from the already cropped images. I would start drawing from those photographs on the canvas. I became very interested in the fragmentation of the body, how abstract that could be and how suggestive it could be. They really are about intimacy and love. No, I'm really interested in the tactile. That's very much a part of my work in general. I'm interested in what happens subcutaneously. Like, we have, especially as we age, our veins start to show, sinews start to show, blotches and blemishes. And I'm interested in all of that. And I think it's very beautiful.
But I am actually a theater artist and a musician, but I'm a people artist. But this is my photo poem. These are my sons, and that's my mom. They're twins. The love that is going on, my mom's turning 95. She used to do photography. Now she has macular degeneration. When we talked about love, I thought this spoke of love. I love them more than words can say. She's been reciting poetry. She has dementia, but she still remembers word for word nursery rhymes, poetry. So she sings them, she recites it, getting my energy from the love with people or the love of nature outside.
I'm from Nigeria. Here we are talking about love, and I really love about it is that it shows the companionship and friendship, that you truly care, that really loves you, but it makes everything look perfect. Love makes the world as if there are no problems. The background there, you can see the birds and the sky also showing like love in the air. Yeah, just to showcase love.
As a child and as an adult, I really lost myself in nature. And I'm also a historian because these trees are no longer there. People don't recognize the beauty of what trees are presenting. And these trees were in love, also personal about who I am and how I'm able to see the eroticism in trees. But it's sad when you know that these trees no longer exist. My feeling of communing with nature, it just is. The art itself is within the trees, and it was taken it apart, but boom, they just cut down things that they didn't look at close enough. So it was sad.
I made that as in 1971, 50 some odd years ago. As I was in high school, I saw this article, I think it was in Time magazine, about a gay parade in San Francisco. It was a combination, the play on duel, the duel as in a fight, and the duel, I guess, in mathematics, of having a pair of something that complements one another. You've ever been in a love triangle, so to speak, where you have someone and the old idea of dueling it out with the other person. And I thought that this was a very interesting solution. And the music is Walter Carlos, who her name was Wendy Carlos. Where'd you get those costumes? It was just a matter of, going through your attic and finding things and borrow things from one person to another. It's funny because looking back at it, I find it one of the most successful pieces I ever made, or I enjoy it the most. I love it.